Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of your favorite weekly podcast, the Show Thoughts Podcast. I, of course, am the Big Show, aka the Big Tuner, this week, and of course, I have my man Biggie, which is aka Doug. Maybe funny, maybe not so funny. Of course, Samantha will be on her way throughout the duration of the podcast, but um, I was away this weekend. I went away for Father's Day weekend, and I enjoyed it, obviously. I got my wonderful hoodie on, and I got to thank my wonderful partner, Brandy, for buying it for me because it's soft, it's sexy, and I feel comfy in it. That's
Why
just
didn't I get one?
because you didn't go. Maybe next time you'll go. He's so mad at me. He didn't get a hoodie. He just bounced. Now he's back. See, but we had a lot of fun on Friday. We started our trip in like Grove City, met up with her mom, had breakfast. Uh, this cute little country joint. It was really cool. It was, to me, it felt like you transcended into like an old school diner. So I was like, okay, but when you went outside, you were like, this is still Grove City. So I was like, okay. The atmosphere
Yeah.
was really cool. Very, very home cooking, like old school home cooking. So we left there, and then we went into Youngstown, Ohio. I almost called it Youngstuna because of the fucking hot tuna, but we went into Youngstown, Ohio. Now, I have a little bit of a problem with Youngstown,
I have a
and
problem with Ohio in general.
I may catch some strays, and I may catch some stray bullets and comments, but let's just. I'm gonna put it out there. Y'all need to stop smoking so much goddamn weed in Youngstown, Ohio. Every single solitary place we went, you smelled weed in the air. I felt like I was in downtown fucking Pittsburgh. We went and we went to like Five Below. First, we went to Ross because we were
Mm.
getting flip flops or water shoes and shit like that. Then we're gonna go over to Five Below because X wanted to go, and I wanted to get him some like goggles, like water stuff for especially being up at the lake. And then we found water shoes, so we went back to Ross to return our flip flops. And bro, I swear to God, like that's all I smelled was weed. I was like, holy shit, everybody just up here blazing like a motherfucker. Then I'm thinking, oh, well, I'm probably not that far from the university. And then I
Yeah.
realized I wasn't that far from the university. So, but damn, man, y'all need a goddamn break. Y'all killing me. So, but we went from there, and then we drove to the hotel, which was in Austinburg, I believe. Yeah, well, it's right outside Ashtabula, or however people want to pronounce it. Don't judge me or for how I chop it up. And hotel was nice. Got a chance to like decompress, unpack, go, and then we dipped and we went out for dinner.
Mm.
And we got to Geneva, and we went on the boardwalk. We were looking around at some shit here and there, and it was cool to be there at night. But then we went and like went to sports stores to have dinner, and
Yeah.
that was fun. I was a little leery at first because I thought they wouldn't let us in because it's a bar slash restaurant, and I don't know how people are like out of town like in other states. So we were able to sit down. Xander enjoyed like the lights, the sounds. He like was really cool with the atmosphere. And if anybody has been to sports stores in Geneva on the lake, like it's kind of the focal point. Like it's their one like big spot up there. And like my stepdad's played there with his band. And then I found out that his band was supposed to be playing there actually on my birthday. And then I texted him about it, and then I found out that his person that he used to play with in his band never canceled the fucking show. And if they wouldn't have canceled the show, I found out actually this morning it would have been $1,500 on the band.
What?
Yeah, because they wouldn't have came through. So thank God I was in Geneva at the time for this anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah. So, but the kitchen was all new staff. So we're sitting there. We order drinks. Um, I think Brandy and I had a beer, and we're just waiting for our food. And I was like, "What the fuck is taking so goddamn long?" So like, my libation was empty. So I was like, "Okay." I'm now, mind you, I'm only drinking summer shandy, and I have no intentions and no purposes of getting smashed or anything with my kid there. So
Yeah.
I went and I was like, I'm gonna go get another one. And then I noticed they had like an autism bike ride. So I was talking to the bartender, and I was like, "Hey, um, when's that happening?" And she's like, "Oh, in a couple weeks." And she's like, "My nephew's on the spectrum." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I was like, "My son is," and I was like, "My son's here." And she's like, "Oh, that's awesome." And she's like, "Is he okay? Is he enjoying himself?" I was like, "Yeah, man, he's content. He has the lights and the sounds." And I was like, "He's fine."
Yeah.
So she's like, I said, "By the," "You have any idea where our food is?" And she's like, "Oh, I don't know. I'll look into it." She's like, "We got all this the kitchen staff." And I was like, "All right, no problems." This was like half hour, and they were kind of busy, so I kind of let it go. So we're over there, and X is doing his thing, and we're just chilling. Then Brandy and I are bullshitting, and like I'm taking in the place. And while we're waiting for food, and just for like my listeners out there, so one, there is a guy that goes around picking up trash and cleaning and bussing tables in a policeman's hat, roller skates, and a little grabby claw to get stuff off the ground.
Oh, jeez.
It's fucking incredible. It's amazing. I just want to sit there now and just call him Gus because he looks like a Gus.
Yes.
Big old Gus. So he's doing that. I'm like trying to like, I'm encapsulated by that. And I'm like looking around, and I mean, it's Geneva. So it's like bachelor party central, bachelorette party central. And I'm like, all right, I get it. And then this group, this wasn't a bachelorette party, but like they came in and they were, the best way to describe it for people to have a visual concept is like they just came from Woodstock.
Oh,
Yeah. And I mean the headbands, the jackets with the fringe on it. Some were pink, some were like uh maybe like a darker version of pink. So, like one was like brown, like the standard, the old school
yeah.
fringe. And then the leader of this pack, she is in this silver dress, way too tiny. And it looks like somebody like shrink wrapped her in aluminum foil and then used one of those space saver vacuum things and
Oh,
sucked the air out of it.
yeah.
And I was like, I kind of looked and I held my own and didn't really want to say nothing. But I watched Brandy look over, and she looked, and then she looked at me, and her eyes were just like, bro. And I was like, yeah, all right, cool. I'm glad you saw that because I was like, yeah, all right. And they sit right behind us, so of course I'm doing like one of these the whole time. I was like, how the fuck is this working?
Yeah.
How did she sit? Like that's what I was thinking. Like how is she sitting without ripping that or something? So I'm encapsulated by that. And then after that, I was like, man, dude, where the fuck is our food? So it's almost like an hour. So I'm like, I'm starting to pitch a bitch. So I go up and same bartender I saw last time, and I said, yo, it's almost been an hour, and other people were getting their shit. Now, mind you, it was like apps and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, quick fire, I get it, in and out. But ours were like two burgers and a salad. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I was like, that's not hard.
No.
So the lady's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." And then she's like, "I'm gonna get into it right now. I'm on it." I was like, "All right, cool, whatever." Like, not being ignorant, like, "All right, cool," but like, hey, if it's new staff, you might want to have them pick up the fucking pace a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then she's like, "I apologize." She was like, "Is he getting antsy?" Like, and I was like, "Nah, he cool. Like, he's fine. Like, he's literally chilling, like, just checking it all out." I was like, "It's more or less me and my girlfriend that are fucking hungry." I was like, We're good." And she's like, "All right." And then she's like, "Hey, I want to tell you something." She's like, "If he gets thirsty, you can have him go to the fountain machine and he can get whatever pop he wants." I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, "So he's not going to get in trouble?" She's like, "No. If anything, tell him if anybody says anything, tell him that I said it's okay. My name's Erica." And I was like, "All right, well, I'm Paul. Nice to meet you." So then she comes over to us, make sure he's all right. And then she's like, as I'm leaving, she was like, do you mind if I go introduce myself to him? I was like, no, like, come on. Like, come on. She's like, what's his name? I was like, his name's Xander. So she's engaging with Xander, talking with Xander, and she was like, he's so sweet, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, he has his moments. I was like, he's a teenager.
Yeah.
So she was like, does he like glow sticks? I was like, it depends. I was like, they might help him with like the ambiance here. She's like, oh, okay. All right. Dude, she went to her personal vehicle, goes and gets him glow sticks, brings them back out. But then Xander's like, I don't want these. I was like, you better take these fucking glow sticks. I was like, dude, if she's going above and beyond, she's trying to make you content. Like, she's trying to make
Yeah.
us content. And then Brandy's like, do you mind if we take a picture just for like the memory and whatnot? She's like, oh, no, absolutely. So they take a picture together and she's like talking to Xander some more. And she's like, I'm going to get that food. I'm going to get that food right away. And she's like, and if it's not fired up, I'm gonna get it figured out. Absolutely. So she does that, comes back, we finally get our food. Food was fucking pretty good. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, so it was like kind of worth the wait, but not really. But like, I like how she kept keeping Xander occupied.
Yeah.
So we're leaving. By this time, Xander switches up his drink to like a Dr. Pepper or some shit like that. And we're leaving. This is when I text you. And we're leaving. And of course, there's like security around and whatnot because it's starting to get like nighttime. So that crowd up in Geneva. And we're leaving, and there's a security guard on his phone. And we walk past, and he's like, you can't have that in here. You can't take that out of here. And I was like, what? I was like, wait, it's a pop. And he's like, he's on the phone, like, I'll call you back. I got to handle this right now. In my mind, I was like, okay, Patrick Swayze, calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
Like, no, he. So I hand him the drink, and Xander's starting to freak out a little. He's like, "No, that's my drink," and I was like, "No, it's cool. He got to fucking smell it or whatever. I don't fucking know." And then as he's going to smell it, I was like, "He's 7. He's a 17-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Like, who in their right mind is going to give him an alcoholic drink, let alone you can see the mannerisms and everything from him. If he's like clearly on the spectrum or something of that nature, if he was 21, the parent or guardian that was with him would say, hey, no, dude, you have to take that back in there because you were drinking or something like that.
Yeah.
So the fucking dude sniffs it like a fucking bloodhound, and then like he's got his fucking almost by the rim, and I wanted to be like, can you smell all 23 flavors of the fucking Dr. Pepper? Like, what's the deal? Give him the fucking drink back, dude.
Yeah.
So then he hands it Xander back, and he was like, "Oh, all right, fine." I was like, "Okay, all right." And I was like, "Now you can go rub one out because you stopped somebody for the day." Like, dude, I was aggravated by it because I was like, "Who in their right mind is going to have a 17-year-old drink inside of a fucking bar?" And on top of that, who would give the kid the fucking drink? Like, he clearly is not 21.
Yeah.
That's what was getting on my nerves. So,
I'm gonna use that move though now. If I need to leave a place with an alcoholic beverage, I'm gonna hand it to a little kid and be like, walk out with me.
right? Well, that's what fucking Patrick Swayze was like, just staring at me, and I was like, dude, I will
What
beat
the
your ass.
fuck was the oh god. We all got COVID now. Thanks, Sam.
Well, she kind of sneezed on you, so I mean,
I know. I felt it.
yeah, right? Sorry, Sam, I saw you were there. I was just catching up with. I wanted to finish the fucking stupid ass Patrick Swayze fucking story from the fucking.
No, you're good. You're good. I was trying to figure out how to renew my registration online because did you guys know that PennDOT is no longer sending out reminders? Because I didn't.
I got a
I know.
reminder.
I didn't get any reminder.
I was informed today by the nice police officer who stopped me, who pulled me over, that PennDOT is no longer going to start sending out reminders and that we have to be responsible for when our registration is up.
Oh, so we're just on our own. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool.
Yeah.
But
All right.
they're also doing it now. I think it's on the 20th. You can't have your phone in your hand.
No, that's
That,
passed.
yeah, that already went into effect.
Well, I've been driving with my phone on my hand all day.
You're gonna get thrown in
Criminal the
prison.
law, baby.
You see,
You're
but
going to jail.
I didn't realize that my registration expired last month. And I was driving from a client session and I was heading home and I was literally right down the road from my house. And all of a sudden, like I'm driving, I'm doing the speed limit, no phone in my hand, but I am on the phone with my supervisor. And all of a sudden I see the sirens go off and I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, it's hands-free, I promise. Like, I'm not doing anything. And then he was really nice and he gets out and he goes, do you know why I pulled you over? And I was like, to be quite frank, no, I don't. And he's like, your registration expired. I was like, wait, are you serious? He's like, yeah, pull it out. I need your registration and your license. So he looks at it and sure enough, right on there, it was May 30th. And I was like, oh, fuck. And he goes, is there any reason why you didn't renew it? I was like, because I didn't know that it needed to be renewed. Like, I didn't get a reminder. And he goes, oh, yeah. He's like, PennDOT is no longer doing that. They want to save paper or whatever. So, and they're no longer sending out that reminder. And I was like, so what? It's on our own now? And he's like, yeah. He's like, they're kind of holding you responsible. Now, I think they're personally doing it for money, like an easy way to get more money. But I was like, okay. So he's like, in your license, he goes, everything else is up to date. I was like, yes, sir. He goes, all right, let me go run back some things. He comes back and he goes, now, Miss Samantha, since you are a woman of your word, I will be an officer of my word. He's like, come back to the police station in 10 days, showing me documentation that he got you renewed, and that's it. We're going to drop this whole thing. It'll act like it never ever happened. I was like, oh, cool. Okay, not a problem. And then he goes, now I'm going to be even more fairer. And if you know that you're not going to be able to make it in 10 days, here's my number. Give me a call. Let me know, and I'll extend it for 7 days. I was like, look at this nice dude. I was like, damn. I was like, thank you for being flexible with me.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have like the cop that pulled me over for no inspection did the same thing. He was, but I totally forgot to email him after I got it inspected, and I was like, oh yeah, shit. And I was like, now I have to go send this in and plead not guilty, and now I got to go to court, and yeah, it's a whole thing. But yeah, if you do
Yeah.
that, it'll be in and out. It'll be over.
Yeah.
But we were
I don't
just.
deal with that. My shit's up to date.
Oh, all right.
Well, look at Mr. Perfect over
I
there.
know,
Excuse
right?
me, Doug.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
my
about you,
bad,
but
dog.
but evidently I got a reminder. They sent me the fucking thing in the mail at the beginning of the year and said, "Hey, don't forget, car needs
Well,
registration."
That's because
well,
they just
aren't you
don't want to deal
special?
with you.
I
Yeah,
am.
you're a special kind of human.
I
But
know the
no,
right
and we were
people.
just talking about like the Geneva trip. So you really didn't miss much. Like that was just the first day, and how Xander got tried to like leave with a alcoholic beverage. So that was kind of fun. I was
Yeah.
like just screaming at a bouncer. I was about to be like, dude, I will fucking deck you. Like, dude,
Mm-hmm.
I'm having it. But so Saturday was kind of shitty there because we woke up, it's pouring down raining, and I was like, fuck. Like, oh, all right. So we have breakfast at the hotel, and then
Didn't invite me.
I did invite you, you fuck.
I didn't
Nice
get no
job.
waffle. I didn't.
That-
I didn't get no continental waffles.
well, you were invited for the trip, but you didn't want to go because you were like, if I have to go 2 hours, I'd rather go to Erie. Don't you start no shit. Don't you dare
I'm
start
just
no
saying.
shit.
I already pay $1,000 for a place that I haven't been to once.
But so we go and we eat, and the pool is open. It was open early, and I looked. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
might as well let him swim
Mm-hmm.
before we go check out because like the fucking rain ain't stopping right now. So he went swimming. We got done. It was like we checked out around 11, and then we went back up to the boardwalk, and we're we're walking, and Xander is fixated on this thrift store that is like open at noon, and that's like his whole purpose of why he was going, and it's not open. It's not
Oh no.
open. So Xander's like, what's going on with the thrift store? And I was like, I don't know. And then Brandy's looking at me like, dude, if this for some reason is closed the whole day, like Xander's gonna lose his mind. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
who the hell are you telling? Like he's gonna go nuts. So we tried diverting him for a little bit, and we went. There was like this little craft show like on like the boardwalk in the back, so we checked that out. Took him into like walked him into certain places to kind of like calm him down for a little bit, and there was like little arcades and shit like that. We came around the corner, we were like getting like hoodies and sweaters because it was kind of chilly.
Mm-hmm.
And then Xander's like he's looking, we're done, and he looks over and he's like, the thrift store is open. I was like, oh, I love it. I was like, we'll go right now. So we go in there and he's looking through all kind of movies and whatnot. And We do some shopping. I got my dad his Father's Day gift there, and we come outside, and Xander's like, "All right, time to go home." I was like, "Bro, hold the fuck up. What?" He was like, "Yeah, it's all we. I'd like to go back to Pennsylvania." I was like, "It's 1 o'clock." Like it was like, I'm not leaving here until like 7:30, 8 o'clock. Like, dude, no. So we got him out of that funk, and then we did some more walking on the boardwalk, and like, dude, Eric. So there was like another bachelorette party, and they were like all wearing different colored wigs. One was wearing like blue, one was wearing pink, one was wearing orange, one was wearing like silver. And I'm going like, what the fuck? What is so apparently Brandy was telling me once we came home that there was like some kind of treasure hunt thing, like bachelorette treasure hunt thing going up there. And I was like, what in my mind, I was like, what the fuck did you get that intel and I don't know about it? Like I didn't know anything about it because like between the hippies the night before and like Jem and the Rockers over here, I didn't have any idea. I just thought it was just another weekend in fucking Geneva. So, but so we got done there, and like the rain has stopped. So I was like, "Cool, let's take him to the beach." She's like, "All right, cool." So we go down to the beach. We get dressed. I walk him down there, and he's like going right in because Xander is the fish. Xander goes right to water, and he's in it, and he's like enjoying himself. And I was like, well, let's see how cold the water is. And I like had like the waves hit my ankles, and I was like, all right, it's a little chilly, nothing crazy, you know what I mean? All right. So I took two more steps, and a big wave came in and smacked my kneecaps, and I was like, fuck this. I was like, no, fuck ass no. So Brandy's behind me, and she's like, how is it? I was like, do not come in here. Like, do not come in here. And then she's like, well, Xander's in there. I was like, yeah, because he don't give a shit.
Mhm.
I was like, Xander's been in the ocean where his lips were blue. Like, he don't care about the temperature. So he's in there living his motherfucking best life, doing his thing. And I'm just like standing there so I can see him because like, he's responsible and he won't go out way far unless we come in. Like, as we come in, he goes out. So he's doing his thing and we're on the beach, whatever, just enjoying it. And then we're there probably about 30 minutes or so, maybe 45. We're maybe close to an hour. These two girls, a little bit older than Xander, are about a good 100 yards to the right of us. Xander sees them. They're the only two other girls that were trying to get in the water. So here's my son. He's like doing his thing, stimming, having a good time. And then he's like, "What?" And I was like, you okay? I'm okay. I'm fine. I was like, okay. So they dipped their toes in the water and then they took like off their like dresses or whatever and then had their swimsuits underneath of it. And I will say, and I've told Brandy, the one girl was a little chest heavy.
Mhm.
So Xander's like, what the fuck? Like he's just locked. And I was like, hey, he's like, what? Like looking at me like, oh my God, you scared me. I was like, no, you don't, you ain't playing that card. I know what you're doing. So
Mhm.
as they're trying to get in the water and like work their way in, like let their body temperature get accustomed to it, Xander starts drifting their
Of
way.
course he does.
And I'm like, so me and Brandy are like following him, and then he's kind of giving us a side eye, like, the fuck are you doing? Like, we're clock blocking him. So he's just like, so he keeps moseying around. I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, hi, girls. And I was like, you son of a bitch. I knew what you were doing. I was just waiting for you to do it. But they're like down there, so they can't hear him.
Mhm.
So I was like, hey, they can't hear you. Oh, hi, girls. I was like, dude, they're still not going to hear you. But I was like, okay. But then, like, he literally kept trying to get down there. And I was like, Xander, come on. Like, come on. It's cold. I was like, they're probably not going to be in the water long. And I said, let's come out. let's dry off. My plan was we were gonna get something to eat, then we are gonna dip. We were gonna come back home. Okay. So I don't know how the hell I managed that, but he came out of the water, no pushback, nothing. Dries off. We go eat pizza. I see Xander's tired. Like he's beat. Because the waves beat his ass. Like they really beat his ass, and he looked tired. So, but Eric, it didn't stop him from having fucking pizza, bro. You know he loves some damn pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we eat, then we go to this like candy store, and it's similar to like a Grandpa Joe's here. It's called Pucker Up, and they do it by weight in a bag. And Xander like is a kid in a candy store, so he has this paper bag, and he's holding it. He takes his first scoop of whatever it was. It was like, to me, it reminded me of like fast food gummies. So it was like burgers, fries, and like shakes or cola. And he dumps it in the bag. The bag folds in. Like, and then he looks, and then he looks at me, and he was like, "Take this, Dad." And I was like, "Oh shit, okay." So I'm like holding it. He's fucking going to town, putting all kinds of gummies and shit in it. And I said, "Are we all done?" He's like, "I'm all done, please." I was like, "All right." So I roll it up, and I like had it in my hand. I was like, "Bro, this shit got some fucking weight to it." So I give it to Brandy, and I said, "Feel this." She was like, "Oh my god." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, we shouldn't let Xander have free range inside of like a candy store." Yeah, he had like 2.5 pound fucking bag of candy. Like he was not fucking around, dude. But yeah, that was nice because like it had like all the old school, like a lot of old school candies shit I haven't seen in a while. And they have like different cotton candies, like different flavors and shit like that. Like we grabbed Ashley's daughter some banana cotton candy for on the way home. And then we hit the bricks. We were gone. Then we came back home. We were back home probably about like 9:30.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And it was like it was nice because like I took a minute by myself and like on the water, like kind of like just took it in, like took it in, took a breather, kind of like let a lot of stress go. And I told Brandy, I was like, yeah, I kind of needed that. I just needed to decompress a lot of shit real quick. And I was like, okay, now we can go back home. So we got back here, and that was pretty much our trip. The next day was highly eventful in the morning. So it's Father's Day. I go with my dad and meet him for breakfast at Golden Corral. Now I meet him around 10 o'clock in the morning. 10, yeah, roughly around 10. I find out that my dad has intentions on being at the Golden Corral long enough so that he can have breakfast and the lunch buffet. Because that's the type of fucking person he is. So so we get in and we're sitting down, and he's like, "Oh man, I gotta watch what I'm eating at the beginning." And I was like, "For what?" And he's like, "Oh no, I'm here for both, baby. I'm here to get my omelet on. Then eventually, I'm here to get a steak. That's my fucking intentions." I was like, Are you serious right now?" And Joanne, my stepmom, was like, "He's dead serious." I was trying to get here earlier, but he was like, "No, we can be there for for both buffets if we time this right." I was like, "This motherfucker." Okay, I was like, "All right, fine. Okay, cool. Let's just do our thing." So one, it's just like the last time I went with him at Golden Corral. One, he shouldn't be eating all the sugary shit, but here he fucking goes. He goes right in, and he's grabbing like a Trix yogurt. He grabbed like little quarts of chocolate milk, like two or three of them. I was like, "Do you think that's a great idea?" And he's like, "Ah, I'm on the fucking way out anyway, so I don't care. I don't give a shit." I swear to God, that's what he says. So this is when it gets better. So we have our first plate or whatever, and we're doing our thing, bullshitting, catching up. My dad was asking me about like the trip, shit like that, and he loved the fact that I got him a Sopranos character from one of the Sopranos characters is Funko Pop, and now he's like excited all about it. So it's Eric, it's Steven Van Zandt from Bruce Springsteen. How ironic we're sitting there is as I give it to my dad, and it's the character from The Sopranos. Bruce Springsteen starts playing. So my dad's one of those people. Oh, must be a sign. Bruce Springsteen's playing. Same time I have this. Oh, it's gonna be a good day. And I'm like, here we go. I know there's something sarcastic coming. Like I just know it's coming. So we get up again. Like he gets up, he goes because he's like, oh yeah, it's omelet time, baby. I'm going. So I was like, are you all right? Like, cause like he had like two chocolate fucking milks, and then he had like some waffles with like a sweet cream sauce or whatever on it. And I was looking like, dude, that's a lot of sugar. And then he's like, I'm fine. Okay, all right, whatever. Do you, bro? It's Father's Day. I don't care.
Mhm.
Just be safe. So he's gone. He's going to get his omelet. So I was like, all right. I looked at Brandy. I was like, you need anything? And she's like, no. And I was asking the table. And then I asked Sander, and no one needed anything. So I go. So I find my dad. So I find my dad. And I wanted one of those waffles, but I didn't want so much of that like sauce on it. And I said, I like stand up next to him because he's right in front of the waffles. I said, hey. And he was like, hey. He's like, just get my omelet, mate. I was like, all right, okay. Like, all right. And then he's like, yeah, I figured I'll let her give it to me before I call ice on her. And I was like, what? Like, what? And I couldn't take it in. I smushed the waffle. I was like so embarrassed. And I was like, did you just fucking say what I thought you did? He's like, oh, it don't matter. She ain't gonna fucking hear it anyway. Understand what I said? I was like, then how did you make the omelet order? Like, I was like, Dad, oh my God, Dad, no more chocolate milk. Like, I don't know what the fuck sugar high you're on. And then he's looking at me, he's like, well, I mean, I figured I'd give her a chance before, I'm not gonna make any, I'm not gonna do anything or like call them on them. But there will be sides where I'm like, doom, 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 doom. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, vanilla ice, baby. I was like,
Mm-mm.
I fucking just went back to the table. I didn't even know what the fuck I grabbed. I just grabbed whatever. And then I went back and I was like, you believe this motherfucker? And my sister and brother were like, no, we believe it. Because my dad has zero filter. Now, for people that watch this show, no, he wouldn't call ice on somebody. But it's just him just bending the time. That's what he does. He's done it since Eric, since we were fucking 5. This is who he is.
Mhm.
But I was like, Dad, there's enough people around you that that are kind of like Mexican American, Latina. Like, dude, not a good look. Like, it's not a good. This is one you want to call back. Call this one back. Like, seriously, flag on the fucking play. And he was like, "Oh, come on, it wasn't that bad." I was like, "This one was kind of bad." So I'm like, "Whatever, it's all right. That's you're the adult. Whatever. You're my dad." So he eats his meal, whatever, and then he literally sat there and was like staring out a window. Just so we put it so his back was against away from people because Eric, you know how he is. He'll start fucking calling shit out, and he could look out into the Robinson parking lot. Not the front, the side. So there's nothing he can fuck with. He goes, well, I think I'm gonna sit here and have a minute to reflect. And I was like, on what? And he was like, the steak that's about to be coming. I was like, oh my God. Okay. All right, whatever. Okay. So anywho, like I was getting Xander dessert. I got my niece Deviana something, and I got myself something. So my dad comes up with me, and I was like, please don't go over to that omelet station. Like, just for the love of God, don't go over to that fucking, please don't. I'm not, I already have my omelet. Now I'm waiting on a steak. I was like, okay, fine. So I go back. He comes, I said, just watch, don't eat any more sweets. please. Like, just, you know, I mean, you've had enough. Fine, okay. I thought it was my day. I was like, okay, it's my day too. Like, but I was like, I kind of want my dad here and not be dead from like
Hmm.
sugar shock. I'll be fine. Okay, if you say so. So I go back, I sit down. Xander goes up because Xander's going to get like marshmallows, gummy bears, whatever, just picking little things. My dad comes back with what looks like filling, like like an apple or peach filling, or something that's supposed to be topped on something, and not one, not two, but three gummy bears. One, two, three. Not three handfuls, not literally one, two, three. I said, what the fuck are you doing over here? And then my sister, Darian, sees it and she's like, did you really put three fucking gummy bears on a plate? He's like, yeah, they're like my favorite colors. I was like, why didn't you just one, two, three, and you know what I mean? He's like, well, I needed to go with my filling or whatever this fucking shit is here. He's like, I don't know, I just grabbed it. He's like, I don't know, it'll probably put me in the grave. I'll probably have like a fucking 300 fucking blood sugar. And I was like, okay, all right. Like I was just like, whatever, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, he is he is something. For sure. Brandy looks forward to him every time we see him because there's always something with him. He does like to push the fucking boundary and he does like to get right on that edge all the time. But it's so bad when even Darian's looking at him and going like, yo, you might want to dial that back. Like you might want to calm the fuck down. And then we're leaving and there's all kind of other people there and whatnot. And it's just it's the shit that comes out of his mouth. I just look at him and I don't know. I'd literally go, that's my dad. And then that was pretty much it. That's the only time I saw my dad was for breakfast or lunch. Do you know all that fussing that whole time to get that steak? He ain't never get that steak. Never got that steak because he was too full. I was like, what made you full? All the sugar and shit that you got? Or the fact that you, Eric, you'll appreciate this. So before we fucking left, he took his cup, dumped that motherfucker all out, went over and grabbed a big ass icy just to spite me. A big ass lime fucking icy. Bless you. But yeah, I was like, you dickhead. Like you dick. He was like, well, they didn't have the blue raspberry one. I was like, well, this one's at least somewhat better. But I was like, dude. But that's the only time I saw him yesterday for Father's Day. And then of course, Eric, we stopped over and saw you where you were watching your wonderful golfing. So you got a chance to we got to see you on Father's Day, and then I came home and kind of chilled out, like started unpacking from the trip, and that was my Father's Day. But I got to, for the most part, I had a great vacation. It was wonderful. We're going to go again for sure, and I had a pretty good fucking Father's Day. Yeah. So go ahead, Eric. You can do this because I got you
What am I doing?
on the Father's Day. Let's go, baby.
Well, my Father's Day, I didn't do shit. I said I wasn't doing shit. I didn't want to do shit. I had no plans to do shit. I didn't do shit. We got up Saturday because you were on your trip and didn't invite us. Uh, so we got up and did some house chores, and Gina was working, so Jane didn't have much to do. So I was like, all right, you guys want to take a ride out to the mall? I wanted to go check out the hat store, obviously. So Jane was like, yeah, because I want to check out a few things because she leaves. Uh, well, by the time you folks are watching this, she's in New Orleans. So, um, so she wanted to go, check out maybe a few outfits or some things before she left. I said, all right, so let's take a ride out the mall. So we went out to the mall. I did do something at the mall that I never thought that I would do.
You better.
I
This better be good.
I purchased myself. I've been in the store and have purchased for my wife, but have never purchased for myself. Now let me tell you, when you go into Victoria's Secrets, no, I'm just kidding. I went into that bath store.
Bed Bath
Bath
and
Bed and
Beyond,
Beyond,
Yeah, the one
or
that fucking
Bath
smells.
and Body Works.
The one that
or yeah,
smells.
or
The
Bath and Body Works.
Yeah.
one that smells horrible. Makes you do this shit.
It's
I went in
it's one
there.
or the other. I mean, both of them make you like have a scent.
Well, Jane was getting her little sanitizer things or whatever, I guess, to take with her. So I'm just walking around. I'm cutting up. These ladies, these fucking workers, had no clue what was walking in the front door. We walk in, they got this big display, brand new scent, the ocean. I said, "You guys ripped off Seinfeld." Lady looks at me. She goes, "What?" And I said, "Kramer from Seinfeld. He made a scent called the Beach. This is a ripoff." I was like, "And if I try this, I better smell like I just got done swimming with a goddamn dolphin." And she was like, I, I don't know what you expect the beach to smell like. And I was like, well, it better smell like I expect when I do this with the thing. And Donna's like, just ignore him. Just ignore him. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, fine. Ignore me. And then the lady, I'm wearing my US Open hat. It's US Open week.
Yeah.
Lady goes, did you go? And I was like, no. Thanks to these two, I wasn't allowed. Happy Father's Day to me, huh? And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. And Donna goes, you didn't even ask to go to the U.S. Open. And I said, if I would have you bought me tickets? And she goes, I don't know. And I'm like, no, you wouldn't have. So therefore, I'm not going thanks to you too. So the lady goes, well, at least you got the hat. And I was like, yeah, I got a hat to remind me I did not go to the U.S. Open. The lady was like, do you need a bag? And I was like, no, I'm good. She's like, okay. So Jane's doing her thing. Jane was like, fuck, he's on his own. He is on his own. Like, I don't want nothing to do with him. I'm
See,
doing my
Jane
thing.
did the what I do to my dad. He's on his
Yeah,
own.
she was like, Dad's on his own. So then I'm browsing now on my own. Donna goes and finds Jane. I'm now alone in this store. So I walk around and I'm just spraying shit on other shit just to smell it. Like I sprayed it on the wall and I'm like, what's this smell like? Donna, I guess from across the store, sees me and she comes over. She goes, what are you doing? And I said, I'm trying to smell the stuff, but I'm not spraying 400 things on my body. I don't want to smell like a whore. And she was
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
don't spray it on the fucking wall. And I'm like, well, where am I supposed to spray it? And she goes, on these little paper strips. And I was like, well, where the fuck were those 5 minutes ago? She goes, right here on the shelf. And I was like, no one pointed them out to me. And she was like, just use the papers from now on. I'm like, all right, whatever. So, long story short, I sprayed a bunch of shit, made my nose tingle, and then I found they had a Father's Day. One little section said Father's Day scents. I'm like, oh, what is that? And I found one. They had like, I don't know, some like mahogany wood scent. They had another ocean scent. Uh, Something else. There was four of them. I don't remember what the other one was. And then there was bourbon.
Oh
And
yeah.
I said, well, I want that. And Donna goes, you don't even know what it smells like. And I said, I don't care. It's alcohol. I want it. I'm gonna get drunk in the shower. She goes, you can't drink it. And I was like, it says bourbon, and it doesn't say do not drink on the label. So I bought the 3-in-1 bath thing and the body spray. I don't know what they smell like, but I bought them.
So basically, if you die in the shower, we have a pretty good synopsis as to what the fuck happened.
I drank the bourbon.
You drank it, yeah, and then Donna can sue them because it doesn't say on the label "Do not drink."
It just says bourbon.
Look, see,
It's brown.
I was like, look at
So
you thinking outside the box.
So I bought bourbon scents. I don't know what the hell they smell like, but I'm almost out of my Batman scent, and that was a limited edition, and quite honestly, a little expensive. I don't feel like I'm going to restock that one. So I was like, well, I'm going to try something new. So I got bourbon. I mean, they were only $5.
So when you wear the Batman scent, do you go out and fight crime like a vigilante? Do you have a mask on and everything too? I
No,
need to know these answers.
because to be honest, I don't feel that it's really a Batman scent. Because honestly, you know me, I'm a Superman guy. So I went to the Superman scent first, and I was like, what? This is fucking horrible. I would never put this on my body in any way, shape, or form. And Donna goes, it can't be that bad. And I had her smell it, and she goes, yep, you're right. So I put it back. So then I tried Batman, and I was like, well, Batman scent's not bad, but it's still not very Batman-ish. And she goes,
What did you
well,
expect Batman to smell?
I
she
was
goes,
gonna ask, like, how...
so if you had to think of like a scent that would be comparable to the description of Batman, what would you think? Like,
Musky.
yeah, like some rugged, you know.
Yeah, like a rugged
I,
musk.
but like that's where you guys are different than me. I'm sitting here thinking he's in that hot, sweaty suit, running around. He's got to smell like sweat and gross.
Like moose
Just
piss.
saying, and if you're trying
Yeah.
to just if you're trying to base it off of like adjectives, not actual what he smells like in the God damn it, Sam. You and your brain shit. No. So you want to know what Batman smells like? What Old Spice thinks Batman smells like? Fucking black cherry. The
What?
soap,
Wait,
the
what?
soap and
Is it
body
like a good
deodorant.
black cherry? Like if I would like smell him, it would be like something I would want to like keep sniffing him.
Yeah. Well,
No,
we
it
know
tastes
why.
like it smells like fucking Fago black cherry.
Well, now we know why Vicky Vale was so close to him in the 1989 movie. She was
It was
like,
black cherry.
"You smell like black cherry."
And I was like, well, my only comparison would be they thought like Black Cherry, Dark Knight, like maybe I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
But it's not bad. And Donna gets mad at me because I'm always like, anytime I buy like a new deodorant or body spray or something, I'm always like, smell this. And she's like, why? You're the one that's got to wear it. And I said, but that's just it. Once I spray it on, a few minutes goes by, I can't smell it anymore.
Facts.
I'm like, you have to walk around with me smelling it. Like, and I don't want to buy something that either you or somebody else around me is going to be like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
so I'm like, that's why I always just ask your opinion. And then she could never give me opinions. So then I got to ask my kid. And the kid's like, well, what the fuck do I really care? I don't care what you smell like. And I'm like, fine. I'll smell like ass all day then.
Well, I mean, well, in Sam's eyes, like Batman smells like sweaty ass or moose piss.
I
So,
guess.
but I mean, if you, as you're wearing it, if Donna wants to slide off and get like a cherry Coke or something, I think you're winning.
I'm
Like, you know
winning.
what I mean? That's the
So,
way I would see it.
so that was my Saturday because on Sunday, I woke up and didn't do shit.
As
I
you should.
got up, they made breakfast, gave me presents, and I sat here and watched golf. And then you showed up, and I still sat here and watched golf. And then you left, and I still sat here and watched golf. And then at some point, I don't even know, I blacked out while watching golf. Like, not blacked out, like I didn't
That's
take
because
a
you drank
nap.
that bourbon fucking body wash.
No, actually, it was still on the steps in the bag. You probably could have smelled it yesterday while you were here. Um, I forgot to tell you. They No, I'm sitting here like I'm so seriously golf. That's all I golf, 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 golf. All I know is out of the peripheral vision, Donna comes in with the bowl and she goes, "Here's dinner." And I was like, "When the fuck did you make dinner?" She was like 20 minutes ago, and I was like, "Did you tell me dinner was ready or you were cooking it?" She said, "I got up and said, hey, I'm gonna go start dinner. I assumed you heard me, and I went into the kitchen. I yelled, hey, dinner's ready. You didn't answer. So I thought, well, it's Father's Day. I'll just bring him a plate."
That's fair.
I had no fucking clue any of that happened. I was watching golf.
You were so zoned the fuck out.
Golf. All day. Quad box.
I see this. When I saw how invested you were when we were there. I was like,
I mean, I talked to you guys. I didn't ignore you, but
No, but you you were like
I was
hawking.
also entertained by your son. So, uh, yeah, I told the girls, I was like, listen, I mean, Saturday I wanted to watch some golf, but I didn't know how. Like again, I didn't really know what our plans were. And that's the other thing too. Is like, I mean, you were here. Like my kid worked yesterday, so like we had no plans to do anything or go anywhere.
Well, that's how it was in Geneva too. Like a couple of the places had like the U.S. Open on the TV. So, like I like that when I took Xander to the one like arcade bar place, like it was on the screen. So I like, I mean, I even was looking over a couple of times just checking it out for a little bit while he was enjoying himself. And
Yeah,
then that's when I found the Ninja Turtle arcade, and that's when I told you like about it. Like, yep. So I was like, yeah, all right, that could hold off. So I was like,
yeah. I sat here. I watched because then it went later because the rain delay. It was like
yeah,
an hour and a half rain delay, so the round took longer. And even Donna, she dozed off and took a nap. She woke up. She goes, "When the hell did Tiger Woods?" She goes, "We have not seen Tiger Woods all day. Where has he been?" And I was like, "This is 2008 when Tiger Woods played with the broken leg and came back and won the U.S. Open." She goes,
yeah,
"What? What? Oh, is the other one over?" And I said, "No, it's in a rain delay." She goes, "What? Okay." I was like, "It'll be all right. It'll be back on."
yeah. Like you had to reassure her that the golf was gonna be back on.
Hey,
Yeah,
by the
just like
time
no,
by the
no.
time they were done, she was like, the one guy missed the putt, and she was like, "Oh man, that sucks." And I'm like, "Yeah, tell me about it." Like
She finally shows up in the fucking fourth round. She's like, "Well, I
final
have to
round,
invest now."
last four golfers are playing on the last hole, and I'm like, "Yeah, well, be prepared."
And Donna shows up and is like, "What? Hey, at least she was invested." Like,
She was. I don't think she had a choice. She was like, it was one of those. Well, you either join them or fucking
yeah,
got to go against
that's
them.
it. You either
She
get
was
with
like,
it or not.
he ain't letting up on this. And then I also had the pirate game on another screen too. I did have the pirate game on.
So you were more invested on your television than.
Yeah, I mean, I was keeping up with the pirate game. And Donna didn't realize I had that on, and I'm like yelling. She goes, "There's nothing going on the TV. Why are you yelling?" And I said, "Oh, pirates. They struck out." She was like, "When did that happen?" I was like, "Over here."
He's like, "I'm over here multitasking, honey. Sorry, my
I
bad."
do.
Between
I'll be
like,
multitasking tonight too. Wrestling and basketball.
yeah, I mean that happens. But you were talking about like how you didn't even know if she made you dinner or whatever. So, so the reason why I have the hot tuna next to my name is so we got home from your place. We just chilled out and we're like I said, we were kind of like unpacking, just like we were decompressing from finally being home because we really didn't have a chance to. So we're doing that, and then Brandy's like, "I'm probably just gonna order like subs if that's okay." I was like, "I don't care. That's fine. I don't care." You know what I mean? Like, I was like, "If not, she's like, I can make something." I was like, "No, it's a little warm in here." I was like, "You don't have to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's up to you." And then she's like, "All right." So she orders like some subs for us and whatnot, and the Grubhub guy drops off two of the three, and Brandy ordered like a tuna salad sub. So Xander and I were about to like start eating. I gave Brandy half of mine, and I told her just give me half of your tuna salad when he comes back. Okay, so the guy literally must have like it must have slid out of the paper bag. So he comes back and gives it to her. So I had like this really chopped cheese steak. It was really good. And then I was trying hers, and I was like, "Yo, this fucking tuna's hot. Like it's warm." And I am not a fan of warm tuna. I don't like tuna noodle casserole. I just don't like it on my palate. I'm just really weird like that. I was like, I love cold tuna. Fantastic. Like tuna salad, shit like that, as long as it's cold. So Brandy's like, "Mine's fine." I was like, "Okay, that's great for yours." Like, I was like, "All right." I was like, "This is warm. Like, it's warm." She takes her finger in her fucking sub right in the middle. It was like, "Foom." She's like, "Mine is cold." I was like, "Okay, cool. You want to do this?" Boom. Mine is warm. Like, and it was like just warm. So I was like, this would be great if it was fucking cold. Like, don't get me wrong, the way they made her tuna salad is really good, but I just don't like it warm. And then she's like, Well, if you want, just give it to me. I was like, no, I'm already in the fucking thick of this now because I already had like 3 bites into it. Then I'm thinking maybe the middle is gonna be fucking cold. It wasn't. So now I'm like, nobody wants that fucking hot tuna. Like I was like, no. And then she was like, said something to me about hot tuna. I was like, yeah, it used to be my stripper name back in the day, hot tuna. And she was like, it what? I was like, I don't know. I'm still going off the shit from my dad today. Like, I don't know. I'm just coming off with it. It's fine. It's totally fine. So we were dealing with the U.S. Open traffic too. Like when I was dropping Xander off back to Ashley's. So you come up the Hearts Run Road, and that's where like they had like a
Yeah,
bus
the
or shuttle
shuttle.
station, the shuttle
Yeah.
station over here at the Harmer Amphitheater, and I was like, God fucking damn it! I was like, I totally forgot about this. So I drop him off with his mom. I watched Xander's sister eat the banana fucking cotton candy. That was fucking hysterical because she wasn't going for it at first, but then she started tearing that shit up. And then we left there, and then we went and I met her mom in Katanning to drop her off, and her mom's a fucking hoot. Her mom's ridiculous, like in the funniest way possible. Like she was sitting there just bullshitting with Brandy and told her like she had like a turkey neck or something, and I fucking died. Like I was fucking dead. I mean, pissing
I
myself
knew
laughing on the inside.
I knew her mom was cool because like we met her at the food truck rally a few weekends ago.
Yeah,
You introduced us, and I mean she was a really nice lady. And I mean, I mean, not that you talk about it, but anytime that there was mention of like you being, you never said like, oh, she's a bitch, or you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
there was
yeah, for
always
sure.
her mom's cool, and it's like, oh, okay. So, I mean, again, very nice, polite lady. Shook my hand, which threw me off for a second there, but I was like, okay. I knew it was cool when she was hanging out with your mom and Stormy and Brian, and I was like, oh, she getting along with them? We good, we straight.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Like,
like
there's
she gets along
no.
with my mom for real. Gets along with my mom.
I was
But
like
dude,
that because it's not even so much her getting along with your mom. Because if there was a problem, your mom, I would have known. I would have been able
yeah,
to tell from your
my mom
mom.
will say some shit.
Yeah,
But yeah, dude, but we were sitting there at this ice cream place in like Katanning because that's where we're meeting up because we were dealing with the car situation. And her mom said something there. It was like, yeah, it looks like you have a turkey neck. And I was like, oh my God. Like, bro, don't kill her. Don't kill Brandy's self-esteem because I know you're a mom. She might cut you. Like
I did
she
it to
might
my
freak out,
kid.
bro.
I didn't tell her she had a turkey neck, but so again, we were doing household, like we were trying to get some shit done around the house on Saturday because I was like, listen, if we're gonna go out for a few hours and go shopping or whatever, let's get some shit done around the house because again, Sunday, I'm not doing anything. So I looked at my kid and I said, or Jane looks at me and she goes, do you need to do laundry? And I said, of course I need to do laundry. I got to be prepared for the work week. She goes, okay. And I said, why? Do you need to do laundry? She goes, yeah, I have like a load or two I need to do. And I was like, why? And she goes, because I need clean clothes. And I'm like, why? School's over. You don't have a life no more. Donna, Donna looks at me and she goes, you're an asshole. And I was like, what? I was like, she's not going anywhere doing anything besides work. I was like, what does she need clean clothes for? And she goes, you didn't have to say she has no life. And I was like, school life, like whatever. I was like, you people are just taking shit out of context and trying to put words in my mouth and make me look like a bad guy. And Jane goes, no, you're a jerk. Go do your laundry. I was like,
She's like, fuck you, do your own goddamn motherfucking
and I
laundry.
was like,
Done.
okay, fine. She was like, I guess I have no life. I'll do mine on Monday.
Wow. She told
I was like,
you.
all right, fine, whatever. See who needs to ride to work this week.
And then but you still took her to work anyway.
I did not take her to work today.
No, yesterday.
Oh, yesterday I did, yeah.
See?
Well, that's because you guys were here. I couldn't be rude in front of company.
I get it. I get it. Um, well, I mean, at least you showed us the time of day and talked to us during your U.S. Open. You know, that was
As
nice.
usual, your son kept me entertained in my own household.
Well, dude, I can't believe he just goes into your fucking refrigerator, pulls out a slice of fucking za, and then he's like, gets a Coke. And I was like, dude, you have 2 drinks already. And then he's like, got his feet up, and then he's like trying to make himself comfortable. Then he lays on the ground, and then I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? And then,
That's what restaurants do, though. They make themselves at home.
dude, everywhere he goes, he will take his shoes off. Sometimes his socks, and then like puts it. It's so cute though because he takes his socks off and he puts it in his shoes, so he knows where they are. And then he just like, well, what's in the goddamn refrigerator? Let's fucking go.
Well,
He
that's the
does
thing
it
though too.
every
Like,
time.
he knows when he's at my house. Like, for the most part, like I don't
Right.
like Xander, don't go do that or don't do that, don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, he knows
Yeah,
that
but
there's
that
really
also
not.
shows that he feels comfortable and safe there. You know what I mean? Like he knows that he can be himself. He
Well,
knows
I
that.
don't know how comfortable he feels. Because then you got my wife snitching on his ass 24/7.
Yeah,
She's
she'll be
like,
like, Paul,
she's
Paul.
like, Paul, he's eating pizza, and Paul was like, he looked at me, and I'm like, what do you want me to say? I don't give a fuck if he's eating the pizza.
Right.
Like,
But like, I get he gets comfortable. I just don't want him going in every person's house and just
no, I know, and that's the thing too is like, I like with Donna, like she'll like just bring it to your attention, like if he's doing something. Not that
right.
we care, but I think it's more or less like, hey, just so you know, like, 'cause like the pizza, like you yell at him, you're like, you just fucking ate. What are you eating
Because
for
he
again?
literally just ate. He
Yeah,
literally just ate, and I was like, dude, you fucking pit. Like,
and it's like,
I
so I think like Donna says this, like brings it to your attention because it's like, hey, I think he's doing something that you not so much. Again, we don't care, but it's something that you probably wouldn't want him doing, or
right
you'd already told him no, and he just goes and does it anyways, which
because
I
like, I
laugh
mean,
hysterically.
I don't mind when he's comfortable at places, but then it's like I don't want him to just go into like somebody's house that he barely knows and be like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah.
Oh, look, they got chocolate milk. Clunk, 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 clunk. And then he's like his fucking grandfather. You know what I
Well,
mean?
that's the
Like,
thing too is we, like we know too, like you're trying, not that he has sugar problems, but you're trying to prevent that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
so it's like, that's why I was like, well, my only thought is I think there is like a bunch of candy in the cupboard, and he knows where the snacks are in my house.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like I was like, I don't know if Paul wants him to have all the candy. And this is right after you tell us the candy story from the trip, and I'm like, I don't know if he wants him to have all the candy. But then Donna was like, nope, he got pizza, and I was like, oh. And then there was the bathroom, and
Yeah. Then he went to the bathroom and then, like, he was in a mode. And then, like, he-
so Jane knew he was in there using the restroom, but for some odd reason, Xander decided he was going to use my restroom with the door open. So
yeah.
Jane heard the water running, so she thought he was done going to the bathroom, was just washing his hands. So she came out of her room, and he still hadn't pulled up his pants yet.
No, he's just out there dropping trout. And I was like, dude, what are you
So
doing?
Jane was like, I don't know what to do. Like, this is awkward because this is like my cousin, and he's naked in the bathroom with the door open. So she calls downstairs on the phone, and she's like, "Can you tell Uncle Paul to come up and tell him have Xander pull his pants up so I can come out of my room?" I
Well,
was like,
I heard her, and then I was hearing it, and I was like, "Give me the phone, like, give me the phone." Then I was like, "What's going on?" And then she's telling me, I was like, "I'm on it." And then when I literally walked around the corner up your steps, there's my son with no fucking pants on, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I had to use the restroom." I was like, "Close the door."
"Yeah,
Like,
like I don't. I mean, he knows. Again, he knows because like I thought we watched. Like, he walked past us to go because you have to walk past us to go up to my second floor, and it was like
yeah,
I know he went up there, and I didn't think nothing of it. Like, I just, he knows where the bathroom is. He knows to use the bathroom in my house. Like, again, do what you want, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't think nothing of it, but I think that's got to be the first time, even as a little kid, that he's ever left the door open.
well, the thing is he'll do that here, like,
Uh,
because when it was just
he's probably
us,
just used to, yeah, he's used to just,
yeah.
oh,
When it's
dad's home,
just
fuck it.
That's it. When it's just us, he'll go and use the bathroom. And even when it is just us now, like I'm reiterating because now like Brandy's here a lot. So I'm trying to reiterate to him like, hey, it's not just us. Like
Yeah,
shut
but
the
I
door.
think your bathroom's obviously different than mine. Like yours, if you look, like yours has almost like a little entry hallway type of thing when you walk into your bathroom.
Yeah,
And then like your toilet and shower is like around the
around
corner
the corner.
in the bathroom. So like if you look into your bathroom, you can but can't see, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like even But my bathroom, if the
It's
door's
literally a
open,
straight shot.
everything's there. Like there's
Yeah.
no hiding anything.
Well, literally everything was there when I went up
Yeah,
those steps. I was
I
like,
just was.
dude, pull your fucking pants up, please. Please pull your pants up.
I was like, Jane, are you traumatized? She was like, no, I wasn't traumatized. She goes, this is not what I was expecting when I walked out of my room.
Right.
Because
But yeah,
again,
like,
she's not used. I mean, it's the opposite of my house. I'm the only guy, and obviously I closed it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
you don't have to worry about that with me. Like, it's different.
But
There was
Xander's like,
more guys
hey,
in the house than she was used to.
Xander's like, I'm gonna use the pisser. I'm gonna leave the door open.
Yeah,
But it's gonna rain today. A little breeze might I don't want. It's like I don't want to have swamp ass here.
yeah, yeah. It was
Probably
getting
too.
warm in here.
Yeah,
We
but
did have to turn the air on.
he does do that, man. And I'll be like, Xander, you have to close the door. You just
Yeah.
have. Sometimes when I talk to, like, okay, so he does it with me and he does it with his mother. If we FaceTime him, he
Uh,
will answer in the bathroom.
oh,
Like, yeah, and we're trying to establish that boundary. Like, if we call you in the bathroom, you know what I mean? Like, even if he answers and we
yeah,
see the bathroom, we'll just tell him, call me or call us when you get out of the bathroom.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. But Xander has this thing where I'll call you. No, he don't. He's like, yeah, I'll call you right back. Anyway, these motherfuckers. Right. But yeah, one time
He
he's
learned
like
that
calling
shit
me.
from your dad.
Yes. Yeah. I called him the one time and he's like, it's right here. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm in the bathroom. I was like, okay, call me when you get out. I'm fine. Your face says otherwise. Like, your face is like blood red. I was like, please call me. Please call me when you get out. Like, please, please. I don't want to be part of this. I'll hang up. I swear to God. But I was like, we do it all the time. We'll call you call us when you're done. Or we'll give you like 15, 20 minutes and then we'll call you back. Okay. But yeah, like he just don't care. He'll be like, where you at? I'm on the shitter. I'm too busy playing Angry Birds. And I was watching my Cartoon Mania. But what's up? I'm like, dude.
I can't wait, dude. Your son, he's gonna get up, have this corporate job, and they're gonna be like, "We're gonna need you on this Zoom call, Xander." All right, I got you. Where are you? Taking a shit. What's up?
Yeah, right. I'll be Xander. This could wait. Apparently not. I got things to do. You know what I mean? This
You gotta
ain't
get
gonna
the
do. This
business.
ain't
You
gonna
gotta
go to
get
the
business
bathroom
done
itself.
both ways. He's like, you gotta get business done both ways.
Yeah, right. I mean, at least I wore a shirt. I wore a shirt. You know.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Fuck it.
But hey, give the kid credit. He's multitasking. All right.
He really does, dude. But like, dude, there's a time and a fucking place.
Well, I love that kid.
I mean, like is the same one that swept using the broom to clean off the table at
Oh, you
work.
know what? I guess I should have started. I started with Saturday. I guess I should have went back a few days. So my kid graduated high school.
Yes, yes.
That happened on Thursday. Uh, yeah, she graduated high school. But you guys came, and your son. Just I love that kid. But it was kind of funny because I think his venturous eyeballs started on Thursday with all the high school girls. He's just he's on the end seat at the Peterson Event Center,
Oh
and he's
yeah.
just watching up and down the aisle. He's just mm, 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 mm. You're like, Xander, what are you doing? He's like, nothing. Like, he's
Yeah,
just like,
right.
leave me alone, Dad. Um, but then we get like it was an hour long ceremony or whatever, and they're going through. They're just getting ready to start handing out diplomas, and then it's over. Start calling the kids names. All the speeches and everything were done. Sandra looks over. Dad, I'm ready to go. You were like, we're not done yet, and I'm like, don't you want to watch Janie walk across the stage? He's like, no. I was like, then what'd you come for? He was like, I don't know. I'm like,
That's like his so go to. I don't know. And I'm
I
like,
know, like his like one word short answers, like
yep.
just kill me. It's like,
I don't know. And
yeah,
it's the sass behind it too.
yeah,
And I don't know. And then he's sitting. So when we came out, and we were waiting for you guys to come out because you guys were
yeah,
going to go get Jane and come out,
yeah.
and there was that one girl with like the chain and her like
Oh, that
boobs were
everybody
like
bitched
out,
about.
and Xander is locked, like locked on her, and I was like,
Everybody was locked on her. It was hard not to. Her tits were, her nipples were
yeah.
showing.
And
And it's
Xander's
a
like,
teenage girl. Sam, this girl graduated with, she wasn't like a parent or a
no,
sibling. This was a girl that dad graduated. When she undone her gown, she had this. It was like the shirt was like, cut, like, like slit jeans,
Mhm.
but a split shirt. But right across the boob area, there wasn't so much shirt as it was these chain link things that were not covering
yeah,
anything.
yeah, it was like barely covering, and I was
Mm-mm.
like, oh my god. And then I turn over, and there's my son, like just locked, and I was like, hey, 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 and he's like, what, what? I was like, what are you looking at? I
See,
don't
like,
know.
and that's what always disturbs me because, like, I get, teenagers, they're learning, they're trying to be independent, they're trying to express themselves, but come on, where are their parents teaching them, you know?
Well, well, you
Yeah,
can't look at the parent because if you looked at the parent, they were wearing almost the same exact fucking shit.
yeah,
So
and
Mm,
they were more hot up than the actual kid. There was
yeah.
so much. That fucking place smelled so bad, like goddamn weed. When I walked outside, I was like, God damn.
yeah, it smelled like
Oh,
it inside.
yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. I was like, man, thank God I just did a piss test for work. I was like, God damn.
No
I
wonder
mean,
Gene had the fucking munchies was buying popcorn and pretzels.
dude, that kid was fucking killing me. It's like Gene's going up. I was like, dude, you understand you're at the Peterson Event Center, right? Like that fucking popcorn ain't gonna be cheap. That water ain't gonna be cheap. That
I
pretzel
know
ain't gonna
we're
be cheap.
standing there. We're standing in like the concourse area, and we were trying to gather all the family together so we could all go get seats. And my daughter's boyfriend, he looks and he goes, "They got a concession stand open over there." And I said, "Yep." And that's when Paul was like, "Yeah, it's probably gonna be a grip though." He was like, "They ain't dumbing down the prices because it's high school graduation." And
Yeah,
he was like, "I'm gonna go check it out." I was like, "All right, go ahead. We'll be right here."
yeah. And then he came back with that water, and I looked
He
right
comes
at
back
him.
with the fucking supersized refillable
Popcorn.
popcorn and the goddamn bottle of water. And I looked at him and he looked at me. He goes, "It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was pretty good, actually."
Right. And I
And
said,
I was
well, how much was that water? He was like $4. I was like, bro,
like,
a 20 ounce water
to be
is four
young again and
dollars.
not worry about money. So I'm like, all
Yeah.
right, whatever, do your thing. Like it was dinner time, you know what I mean? Like it was 6 o'clock.
Mhm.
Like I'm like, all right, he's a little hungry. Um, so he's sitting there munching on his popcorn, and then he goes, I'm gonna go use the restroom before the ceremony starts. And we're like, okay. So he gets up and he walks past. I guess went. I mean, I didn't think he was gone long. Whatever. He comes back. He got a fucking soft pretzel in his hand, and I was like, I thought you went to the restroom. Paul goes, are they passing them out on the way out? And he was like, no. He was like, what did he say? Like, they smell good or something like that when I
Yeah,
walked past.
it
So
was something along the lines of that. And I was like, bro, from the bathroom? Like,
yeah. He
Yeah,
was
but now
like,
you guys are making me want a pretzel. Like pretzel with beer cheese. Oh, come on now.
and he was like, yeah, he was like, yeah, I got a pretzel. And I just was like, all right,
yeah,
dude,
all
like,
right.
do your thing. And then people like look at Jane weird and think that she's being mean whenever she introduces him as this is my bottomless pit. Like that's how Jane introduces him.
But yeah, like, dude, that boy can
He
throw down.
he came down the one day. He came down. Jane was like, Gene's coming down to hang out, and I'm like, all right, whatever. I mean, the kid pretty much is here all day, every day.
Yeah.
And Donna goes, all right, well, I was gonna get ready to start dinner, and she was like, well, I don't know if he ate or not. She was like, just ask him when he gets here. So he comes in, and Jane goes, hey, my mom's starting dinner. Did you eat? He goes, yeah, my mom made dinner. And she goes, oh, okay. And I was like, all right, well, just, or, oh, I didn't say anything. And Jane goes, all right, I'm going to go tell my mom that you already ate. And he goes, I didn't say I wasn't going to eat. I
Oh
was
my
like,
god.
so he ate dinner with us too. I think we had like I don't even remember what it was. I think it was
You
something
got a big
chicken
old
related.
hungry over there, bro.
It was something chicken related, and Donna was like, she was like, I was already prepared to make enough for him too. Like we just now factor in a fourth person when we cook dinners. So
Nice.
Friday, so I didn't go to work Friday. Jane was obviously she's done, no more school. Donna went to dialysis. Jane finally rolls out of bed. It's 11:30, and she goes, "I need to eat." And I said, "Well, it's too late for breakfast." I was like, "I already ate at 8 o'clock this morning." I was like, "But I'm getting hungry again." I was like, "What if I order me and you a pizza?" She was like, "Yeah, that's fine. I can wait." So I said, "Okay." I had a little coupon thing. I ordered some Domino's, had it delivered. While we're waiting for the pizza, I said, "Oh, is Gene coming down?" She goes, "No, I haven't heard from him yet. I don't think he's awake." And I was like, "Oh," I was like, "What is the first day of summer? You kids are sleeping until fucking noon, 1 o'clock." She goes, "I don't know. He was probably up late playing video games with his buddies."
I mean, ain't
I'm like,
nothing wrong with that.
"Yeah, I remember those days."
Yeah, right.
Oh, I was like, "Okay." And she hadn't heard from him. No text, no nothing. Don't you know that pizza gets delivered? Me and Jane, I take it in the kitchen. Jane, Jane comes in. We each grab a slice or whatever. I had some breadsticks, threw it on a plate, came in and sat down. I went to take one bite of my fucking pizza, and Jane goes, "Gene just texted me. He's on his way down." And
Like, of course he is.
I was like,
Yeah, right.
I was like, "Oh, okay, whatever. Like that's fine." He only lives at the top of our street. Takes him 2-3 minutes. He shows up at my front door. He comes in, and I just look at him, and he was like, "What?" Like he looked like, is it like he's like I was gonna kill him, like he did something wrong, and I'm like, "What the fuck, dude?" He was like, "What?" And I was like, "Did you smell the fucking pizza from your house to here?" And he was like, "What pizza?" And I was like, "Did Jane tell you that we ordered pizza?" He goes, "No." Jane goes, "Dad, I didn't talk to him. He just literally out of the clear blue texted me, 'I'm on my way down.'" She was like, "I never said anything to him that there was food or we had lunch or this or that." He goes, "Yeah, she didn't say anything." I said, "But it's kind of convenient that you showed up right when the pizza showed up." He
He's
goes,
like a little Joey Tribbiani, bro.
"No," he goes, "They're telling me there's pizza." I was like, "It's in the fucking kitchen. Go." He goes and gets himself a plate, comes down, comes back in. And he just looks at me and goes, "What are we watching?" I was like, "It's fucking Friday at noon. What do you think we're watching?" He was like, "Tom McAfee." I was like, "You've been around long enough, bro. You've been around fucking long enough."
But the best is like he knew, like, dude, you know he knew. He just is like, I bet you they got food.
He probably saw the pizza guy go past his house and he goes, "I bet you that's down at Jane's house."
Yep, I bet you I get down there and get a slice of two, maybe breadstick.
I was like, ugh. And I was like, "Don't eat my pizza." He was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "Don't eat mine. You can share with the girls."
Right? Oh
No,
my
because
god.
that's the thing. Like me and him have like the same eating habits. Like you know how you always bitch at you guys always make fun of me because I eat shit simple and plain.
Yes, because you're
He's
very
the
simple and plain.
he's the same way. The first time he went out to eat with us, we went to McDonald's. We were just going through the drive-through, and I was like, "Are you gonna do? Does he want something, Jane?" She was like, "Yeah, but he's too embarrassed to order." And I'm like, "What do you mean he's fucking embarrassed to order?" I was like, "Dude, listen, I know this is a new relationship and you're maybe not comfortable around us yet." I was like, "But if you're hungry, you want something to eat, you fucking tell me you want something to eat."
Yeah.
He was like, "Okay." I was like, "So what do you want to eat?" And he goes, "Well, just a cheeseburger." And I'm like, "Okay, you want fries, the whole meal?" He goes, "Yeah." And Jane goes, "But that's the thing, Dad." And I was like, "What?" She was like, "It's the way he wants his burger." And I was like, "What weird item do you fucking put on your sandwich?" And he
Right.
goes, "No." He goes, "I don't want anything on it. I just want cheese." And I was like, "You just want a cheeseburger with just cheese?" He goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "That's not that hard to ask for." And even Jane was like, "Didn't you just hear how my dad ordered his burger?" He goes, "No, I wasn't paying attention." She goes, "Plain with just fucking cheese." She was like, "He's not going to have a problem with it. That's the way he eats it."
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
So, like, when we order pizza, he's like me. He'll only eat, like, he doesn't eat, like, all the veggies and the weird shit on it. He's like, "Pepperoni, I'm good." And I'm like, "Okay." So if he's here and we got to order, sorry, corner my eye, I get the TV on. They just had a commercial for my bourbon shit.
Does it say please do not drink this?
No, it said be honorable or something. I don't fucking know.
Well, if that's two things that don't tell you to drink it, I say you should try it.
I'm gonna try it. But like, yeah. So me and him share a pizza, and then the girls will share one because they eat weird toppings like olives and mushrooms.
Yeah, that's delicious.
No, it's fucking gross.
That's you, plain Jane. I like a little bit of variation in different things. I like to try things.
I mean, I'll try things, just not everything. I mean, I had to. That's why I tell people, I'm like, I've had to have tried some things in my life to understand that I don't like them. It's not like I just look at it and go, "Yep, I'm not even gonna eat it. Don't even like it."
Like just a sushi roll. You just ate it before.
No, but I've had seafood and I hate all seafood. So therefore, I won't. If you can't get me to eat cooked fish, I ain't eating raw fish.
Nah, I mean that's fair. That's fair.
Like I, that's what I mean. Like I've tried different types of fish. People are like, "Oh, you just haven't tried the right one," and I'm like, I've had clams, I've had flounder, I've had cod, I've had I don't know whatever other fucking. Because like like I have family down in Florida, so like when we would go down there on like summer vacations, like that's all they eat. Everybody eats down there. Is they go to the fish restaurant, go to the seafood
Yeah.
restaurant. And then it got to the point where my gram would have to call ahead and she'd go, "Do you guys have chicken on the menu?" Okay, yeah, we got one weirdo in the group that's the ones that eat chicken, so we're just checking. I was that weirdo.
She just checks it
Have
out.
you
Like,
ever eaten Rocky Mountain oysters?
Fuck no.
come on, man. Why not?
That is disgusting. That looks like you're sucking on a fucking tongue of a dead animal.
Well, you're actually just eating some balls, but whatever. Works for you.
Either way, it's disgusting. Nope, ain't doing it. I can't even watch people eat it. Like if I was like again, like I'm glad that Jane takes after Donna. Like Donna tries and eats everything. You know what I mean? Like Donna is not picky, and Jane, for the most part, takes after her. And I tell them like, don't like if you want to order something or have some or like yeah, we can go to I try to pick restaurants that have options because that way I can eat something and they can eat whatever they might want.
Yeah.
So like if I was out with somebody and they ordered oysters, I couldn't sit there and watch them. I would have to. Yeah, I'm not. Just eat. Go ahead, eat.
You
I'll just.
you totally remind me because my dad feels the same way, and he posted a meme this weekend on his Facebook that said, "Does anybody else wonder who thought of the idea that they looked at an oyster and said, this spit looks pretty good. Let's devour it."
That's
Ugh.
what I'm saying. It's just. It's so. Ugh.
Ugh. Ugh.
That's the way most
I like
food.
oysters.
I don't mind
It's
it.
really good with like butter and
Yeah, especially like those are like mussels. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
No, like I said, I've had clams. And
Slurp
that's the
them
thing,
down.
though. That I didn't even know I had clams. I ate it not knowing what it was. Well, I was told that it was chicken.
Oh.
They were like, "Oh, it's just like little popcorn chicken," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And I'm eating it, and I'm eating it. I probably a couple pieces popped in my mouth, and I'm like, "This chicken's cooked weird." And they're just looking at me, and I'm like, "It's cooked weird," and they're like, "Yeah, that's because it's not chicken." I was like, "What the fuck is it?" And they're like, "It's fried clams," and I'm like, "Nope, I'm done. I'm gonna go puke." Like it was just the chewy texture. Like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I knew it was off. I knew, and I should. We were at Red Lobster. Like I should have known better.
You
Like
should. You should
I
definitely
what are they called? Octopus. What is that called? Is it
like.
calamari? No, it's not
yeah,
calamari.
Well,
Is
squid
it?
yeah.
calamari. Yeah.
Well,
No.
same thing.
Whichever it is where they cook it and you can still see the tentacle. Ugh, no.
They eat it like it's still moving, and they swallow it.
No.
I mean, that's all right.
You just imagine a tentacle peeping out your asshole, just wiggling around out there.
I see like
Exactly. It's gross. Seafood's gross.
I mean, I've never had a problem with it.
no, I think I look at the tentacles and I'm like, ew, ew, ew. Like, why are we? Ew,
Well,
I
like
can't.
some people sit there and just like there's like videos of them like sitting there slurping the shit up as it's moving, and I'm like, nah, bro, no, I'm good. Fuck that.
That's what I'm saying.
Whoa!
Whoa.
I was like, is that Sam's or is that you?
That's Sam.
That's Sam's, because that ain't.
That's just
That wasn't
another
me.
day at Sam's apartment.
Typical Monday. It's
It's
nothing
just
new here.
another day at Sam's. Sam's just like, well, but that time, that's where it goes. That bullshit.
Right?
Oh man. All right. Well, I'm wrapping it up for this week's episode of the podcast. Of course, we're now 7 episodes away from 100. Eric, you look so excited.
Ah, no, not really.
All right. But I was like, I have another plan in action. What I'm going to do is if you're watching this and you would like to be a part of the 100th episode of the podcast, let me know on socials, any of my socials or the podcast YouTube channel. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to collectively start sending out invites for people to come on, say
Mhm.
some things, do an interview, maybe congratulations, and then that's how it's going to go. So you'll be randomly drawn and pop on the show. If you make it,
I think that's awesome, Paul, because I always listen to these, right? And somehow my Spotify went all the way to the bottom of the list and started playing one of the first few that you've ever done. And you've definitely matured since then. And it's insane because the episode I was listening to, you were talking about dating apps and you were talking about like how this girl wanted to suck on your toes and wanted to call you daddy. And
yeah, I've thought about that too, is like going back and like taking clips of like old fucking podcasts. But like that sucking toes one, that still lives rent free in my head. That's so gross.
but
Like,
you could tell you were so calm about it. You were like, I was just like, yeah, no, this ain't gonna happen. I was just like, that's so different from then to now.
right? Yeah, like that bitch. Oh no, I still won't do that. I ain't down for that. But yeah, like we're definitely gonna do that. That way, people could pop on, say hi. If nobody shows up, then fuck them. Like, you know what I mean? It's just we're gonna enjoy this 100th, and we're right around the corner. We got about 7 left. So, but there's changes coming. So I hope you're all ready for this because it's gonna be fun. So we will see y'all next week. Have a great weekend. Enjoy it. Don't get in any troubles, and try not to drink your bourbon lotion body wash or whatever if you get it, whatever, as long as it has a label, some shit,
Just
I don't
saying.
know. And as always, follow us on YouTube and subscribe our shit and keep us afloat, and you don't have to go back and hear me talk about a bitch want me to suck her toes.
I'll call you daddy.
Right? Or call me daddy. God, Jesus Christ, Sam. For Biggie and Samantha, I, of course, am the Big Show, and we will see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.